The most common mistakes that people make in Fortnite Part 4. This is a new series on my channel where I teach people the most common mistakes that they do in arena fights. Whether it's me or whether it's the enemy, I'm going to tell you what they could have done better or what I could have done better to get the kill faster or take less damage. If you're looking to get better at Fortnite, I walk you through fights in slow motion so you understand the mindset and exactly what to do when you play. Friendly reminder to use code KenBeans in the item shop, and without further ado, this is episode 4. Let's hop in. Notice how what I do now is I try to play out of box in every single fight. Whenever I'm box fighting someone and they're on the low ground, what I do is I place 2 stairs just like this so I don't drop on the stair in front of their box. This technique right here makes it so I don't get shot really hard, and when I drop down with my shotgun, I can pre-fire them and then place a new wall. Once I jumped over, grabbed the wall, I hopped right in his box, pumped him, and got the kill with ease. Don't do the Mongo classic like this anymore. I should have been doing this behind the window edit, so I limited the 50-50 and didn't get shot. Even though I got the kill, it wasn't a smart way to go about it because this guy had a gold charge. I could have got 200 pump. You see how I created a new box the second I killed the guy, so I had all the walls around me and I can play with my piece control in my box. Pause the video right here and you can see exactly why I jumped in this spot. I reset the wall when I was jumping out and ran to the corner of the build so I can move over to a new box. Not only that, since he's in my tarp, what I want to do is try to make an edit on the other wall that he's not looking at. Every time you run through someone's box like this, usually more often than not, they'll try and flip the stair as you're running to the other box. That's exactly why you have to do this move quick, otherwise it won't come off as smooth as this. I dropped down in this guy's face to only realize that there's one build to place between me and him, so I have to be the first one to shoot and place the wall. Notice how I made an edit where I can duck down below to my bottom left and have some cover. This made him miss the shot because every single time this guy moves across my screen, I'm going the opposite direction. After I got this kill, I told my stream the only reason why I won this fight was because I was swerving in the opposite side of which this guy was going. My movement won this fight, or at least my movement made it so I didn't get shot and took no damage. Even when someone's on controller, this is the best thing to do because on controller, it's still possible to mess up your tracking. Whenever you're at crisscross stairs just like this, you have to be the first one to place the wall in between you guys. Once I did that, I realized he was playing on the outskirts of this stair. That's exactly why I made this edit and placed a cone from really far away. In this position, this is the most common scenario in all of Fortnite. Every time someone has crisscross ramps, this is exactly what you have to do. Lots of chokes were made, but pay attention to this right here. I placed the wall and I placed the cone to block this guy from going anywhere. Notice how I'm looking in the blank space of where the wall would be and I'm spamming my reset button. This is exactly what you have to do whenever you make an edit like this and you get stuck in this situation. Instead of going for more piece control, all I did was make this edit and then shoot him right away because he was right on top of this cone. If he went to leave, then I would go for more piece control. If you guys are holding eye contact, don't look for go to more piece control. It will lead you to get shot. I'm playing box fights with a guy and never try to run on someone else's build. There's no reason for this guy not to place cones or something above so that he won't get edited down. Big IQ right here, and I realized just from my experience on Fortnite, the second this guy launched up to try to jump, I knew that he wouldn't make it to the edge of the box. Just from experience, jumping at the edge of a stair and getting all the way over to another whole box away, you'll never make it. That's exactly why once he did that jump, I edited him down in that exact position because I knew that he would be falling somewhere in that area. I shot him and placed new walls. Every single time you try to drop down on someone's wall, try to start pickaxing before you hit the stair. This makes it so even though they try and make an edit, if they don't make the edit to where you swing at nothing, you'll get the wall every single time. This is a very risky play, but since this guy was cracked, I thought it was worth it. As I'm tarping away, you see how I'm creating new boxes, but I turn around every now and then to reset the wall behind me so this guy can't just run right through my build. Notice how I do a 90-degree turn and I don't do a full 180. This makes it so I can keep momentum going forward as I'm running through my boxes. Now this guy drops on my head, but notice how I'm making an edit deep on the back right side of the box so I can do it where he doesn't see me when I make the edit. All I do is make a window edit and place the cone above him. Very bad peek by me. I can't even see this guy because I'm on the left-hand side and he's on the right-hand peak. All he can do is just shove a stair right in my face and block everything. Have you guys ever played red light, green light as a kid? Whenever someone makes an edit, think of red light, green light. Sometimes what you have to do is when they make the edit and you're directly on the spot where they can't see you, just stand still like red light. Then when they move, think of the green light and try to keep the wall in between you guys. This doesn't apply to every single box fight, but in a situation just like this, I keep the wall as a main barrier between us, and then the second he exposes himself too much, I do a right hand peek. Please do not ask me why I'm bringing kid games into my 21-year-old tips and tricks Fortnite videos. For me at least, the most common mistake is starting on my game and not doing any aim training. I started this stream and this is one of the first clips I had. What happened was that I was playing arena and I just kept dying because I missed so many shots. I got so fed up that what I did was I went into Panville's 200 pump map where all you have to do to kill someone is get a perfect 200 pump. I practiced that for 2 games, which is probably around 15 to 20 minutes. I come back in here, I grab a shotgun, and the first guy I see, as he's moving, I drag my crosshair right to his head and I get a max damage pump. If this doesn't go to show that warm-up is extremely crucial, I'm not sure what will. Rolling up as the third party, your boy KenBeans comes in here, takes this guy's wall, and I kill this guy really quickly. Now, I know this guy is creeping, but he surprised me really well here. Hats off to this guy. You didn't take me off guard twice, though. Usually, whenever you take someone off guard, you only have one opportunity to hit the shot. Then you have to play a different angle. If you know they're weak, just like I knew in this situation, what I did was run to the far left side, because if this guy did any right hand peek, I would be able to block his shot or shoot him in the face like I did right here. You see how simplistic and smooth I play? The second this guy grabbed the wall, what I did was just run to the left hand side, made him do a right hand peek, dead. I have a full view on him. The yellow dummy skin is in a very tight spot. If I'm him, I'm pretty frustrated because there's a guy in a bush who's third partying me, and then I'm shooting him from the back. So this guy's in the middle of two different people. If you're the dummy skin, what you have to do is run away from that guy's bush so that he can't get an angle on you. Either that or run behind some fully built metal or brick wall so that he can't really shoot you too well. You have to discourage the third partier from shooting you, which is the reason why I was just camping right behind this dummy skin, waiting for him to run into my box, quite literally, and I killed him. When you get shot from two different angles, don't try to sit there and wait for it to be over. You have to move. People in bushes always want you to bloom fight them. This is exactly why you create two boxes and play in the middle of it, because whenever someone pressures you and tries to get in your box, all you have to do is place a wall, go the opposite side, and tarp out. Now I know that he's chasing me, so what I do is run backwards to the spot that he just came. I flip my stair and I get more heals off. You see how I'm playing ring around the rosy? If this guy runs this way, I'll run the other way. I'll just keep running through my tarp and creating new boxes until I'm full health. This is a peek that I have not seen not one person do. All you have to do is you make the one tile edit just like this, but I waited for this guy to be in the air and be jumping forward, so that way I know that I'll get a headshot. Very perfectly timed at the start of this fight, but this is the reason why I won, because I hit him 168. I'm telling you right now, not one person will expect you to make a one tile edit, jump up, and get a crazy angle like this. Whenever you think someone's on controller, especially when you're running up to them from far away, they'll just try to spray you and shoot you in the head as you're dropping from stair to stair to stair. Notice how what I did here was crouch as I'm on this stair so that this guy doesn't have a good angle on me. Sometimes that's what you have to do when your stair goes underneath the map, kind of like in this scenario. You could literally see right here how I dodged the bullet because of it. That's pretty cool. You know what a hesitation is in basketball? I'm literally going to show a clip of someone doing a hesitation on screen right now. This is kind of when you do a stutter step and you have the option of going in either to the right or to the left to get to the basket. What I do here is instead of just cranking to the moon randomly, I try to stop this guy the second he tries to crank up to height. A stutter step involves reading the other player and seeing how they react. What I do is I crouch down and crouch back up so I can kind of slow down my movement so I can predict exactly how I want to piece control this guy. In this scenario, all I did was place a flat in front of me, a cone above his stair, and then I finish him up with a full box. Instead of cranking up to height, try to predict people to block them off the second they try cranking. This makes it so you finish fights so fast. I cracked this guy really hard, and the common mistake here is to realize what you would do in their situation and then try to predict them through that. Pause the video. If you were this guy, you see a big pie right in front of you and you just got cracked for all your shield. Are you going to try and make an edit to try and quickly grab that big pot and then reset the wall? That's exactly why I held my aim there and realized exactly what this guy was doing to shoot him and kill him. Now, I don't know if I shot him through builds, but that's not the point, but I knew exactly what he was going to do before he even did it. You see how I'm running into a building and I know that there's a guy around. I realized he's trying to jump on me before I leave the building. This is exactly why I was looking to place this floor right away, and then I look up to try and get a shot as he's falling down. Everything I do is try to shoot and place a wall. Even though my shotgun never hit hard in this entire fight, I was still keeping my cool and was happy that I was taking him off guard. You got to take the wins where you see them. Here's a quick reminder to always drop down with two stairs. I kind of screwed up that last one, but it's okay. I decided to attack his box from the other stair. This is a move that has to be done super quick because he's expecting me to take the wall. He knows that if I get the wall, he's screwed, and he knows that if I don't get the wall, he'll be able to run away. This is exactly how I'm in control, because no matter what, that means he's never going to shoot me first. So I play mind games with this guy, sit in front of his wall, let him take a breath. I take the wall, boom, instant make an edit, dead. You see how fast I did the edit once I claimed the wall, even though it started out slow? There's times in Fortnite to be mechanically fast, and there's times in Fortnite to be really slow and patient. This was a mixture of both. Now, this is something that happens to me all the time, very common mistake. As a sweat, I always tell people to box away into multiple boxes with stairs in their tarp. One thing you can't forget though is that when you finish your last box, always remember to reset the wall, because as you can see right here, I have the harpoon and I just go right into this guy's box and I take him so off guard. I end up swerving around using my movement to get the kill, but the initial thing was important to always reset that wall because it can stop me from getting in and at least give you some time to realize it. Running through a building like this, what you want to do whenever you get someone underneath your cone is to not make any sort of edit right away. Give them time to panic, and most of the time they'll spray through just like this. You hit them with a pre-fire, dead. If you double edit down on someone like this, you don't want to stay on top of the cone. To avoid a common mistake, all I do is just move off to the left after I do the double edit so that by the time this guy makes any sort of edit, I could shoot and place a new wall. Every time you box fight pickaxe, take your shotgun out right away. Test the waters, see what they're like, and see if they'll make an edit, and then you shoot and pre-fire. This is a very safe way to get the initial crack in the fight so you can finish up the kill just like this. What lots of people do when they get into a situation like this is they place the walls, but you should take it one step further and make a window edit to place a cone through that. This is how I was initially able to grab height, even though it might look like I was kind of dunzo. This is how I turned turn this clip into a literal clip I could post on Instagram. Notice how because of that, I was able to finish up the fight so fast. By the time the third party came up, I was ready to deal with him. You gotta stop rolling up to people's builds, especially if you're not gonna place a cone or a stair in front of it yourself. I waited for this guy to come close so I could stuff a stair in his face. I block him off, box him up. Notice how I flip the stair, and then as I'm doing it, I reset the wall to go for a right hand peek. I see that he broke it, so I put a cone above his head so he has no way of escaping. Whenever someone shoots their shotgun in a panic mode and the build is one shot, they will always take out their pickaxe to try and grab it. This is because they can't shoot their shotgun to try and claim it in one shot. That's exactly why I edit open. I shoot him, but notice how I'm on the edge of build so I can shoot him and go into a new box because I just let him out, so I'll shoot him and then go into a new box. Very simple tactics when you think about it, just like this. That's what blocked his shot on his way out, and then I shot him underneath that stair. Do yourself a favor and never, when you're in this position, just jump right off into your builds, shoot, and think you can place new builds somehow. What I did here was screw up, and I should have just jumped straight up, shot, and then placed the wall on top of my stair. Looking back, that's how I would have avoided taking damage. Also, to finish this up even faster, whenever someone boxes up, always put a cone in your box when someone's on the low ground. All I had to do was walk up, spam my jump button, and then I get right into his box. I exploit it and get the kill. Start reading people in your box fights, especially after you don't get the wall on the second pickaxe swing, because as they're running forward, all you have to do is aim down, shoot, and place a new wall just like this. This right here is one of the most optimal edits against a very sweaty guy. I'm not kidding, this guy probably cracked me around 2 to 3 times, and we were battling it out for the win. After I took a lot of damage here, I was in real trouble. What I did was play in the center of this build so that the angle that he would be able to see me is very minimal. I hit a window edit, I jump up and backwards so that I can shoot him and he will barely see me from this angle. That's why this edit is so good, because it takes even the sweatiest players off guard. A very common mistake is to just drop down on someone after you have them weak. You think you have the wall. Notice how I was going for an edit because I thought the wall was mine. It wasn't, but instead of just standing there, what I did was continue movement so I can run to an angle where he can't see me right away. Running from right to left or left to right across someone's screen as fast as you can will make them miss every shot. That's exactly what I did here so that I didn't take any damage in the early game. I'm doing my first subathon over on Twitch where I'm doing a whole bunch of community games. I'm playing viewer zone wars, I'm playing squads with you guys, as well as I'm doing some scary games and some other things for you guys to win some merch. If we go crazy, this might be one of the longest streams I've ever done in a while. You guys know the vibes, link down below. And if you want to see episode 5 in 3 days, just leave a blue heart down below. Subscribe to the second channel, More Beans, where I'm doing more interesting content. Also, before I forget, shout out to everyone on the screen right now using code KenBeans. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.